What is up, No Walls Podcast? In case we have not yet met, my name is Chris Riley, and I get the great opportunity, honor, and privilege of being your host here on the No Walls Podcast. And we just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up here. Thank you so much for being here on Spotify, being here on Apple. I don't care what platform it is. I just want to say thank you. But if you're here on YouTube, go leave this thing a like. Go leave this thing a subscribe. Tell us something in the comments. Tell us what's happening. Tell us something cool about your Thursday, your Friday. I really don't care, but I really want to know what you're doing. So let us know because we want to know. And right now, we have such a great episode, and it is a special one at that, as we have the Brick YTH Interns. Woo! Y'all, I'm so excited that y'all are here. What are y'all feeling right now? Are y'all excited? Are y'all amped?
I'm excited.
I am too. This is a pretty cool moment. This is a special moment because we've never actually had this many people. Wait.
No, I don't think we have.
Really?
Do you think we have?
5? I think 5 is the one.
I think
that beats it.
Dude, this is a world record.
World record
for the No Walls podcast. That's
right
crazy.
Here.
That'd be crazy if you had applause sound when you said the interns.
I bet I could add it maybe in there.
The
The interns. I should add like a fire explosion thing.
Yeah.
That would be freaking dope. Who knows? It might be in there. You guys might see it. Who knows?
Like watch it back and it's like.
They will have already heard it.
They
Now we're
would have already
explaining
heard
it.
That is true. What have you guys been up to today?
This morning I went to the doctor. I already told y'all about that, but it was an experience. It was odd. But yeah, I went to the doctor. I went helped my mom move some stuff for her office because they're moving.
Well,
But,
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
What'd you do, sir?
I learned how to change a tire. It was way too hot.
Way too hot.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah. Just chilling.
I cleaned, and that's about it. I had a freaking lot of laundry.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like never ending.
Reminds me, I gotta do something when I get home. I got a lot to do. And what are you guys' names?
I'm Carter.
Carter.
Edward.
Carter.
I'm Alex.
Let's go. Carter, Edward, and Alex. Y'all, this is a squad right here.
And I'm Preston.
Grace.
That's who I am. So.
Woo! Do you have any cool questions you want to open
Yeah,
us
so
with?
I want to hop in. So just to give a little preface, so these are the interns here at Brick YTH. My dude Carter, Edward, and Alex. We have a few more interns that couldn't all make it today. But really, what the internship is it's a place where they can be, and they are like the student leaders of the youth of the student ministry. And so it's really cool. There's a lot of really cool things we get to do over the summer. We got to hang out a little bit. Had a really good time hanging out with you guys. Some of the interns have been here for a while. Some of the interns are new. And so I really just want to like dig in, see how y'all are doing, see how the internship is going. And this podcast now is more geared towards like students than it used to be. And so really I'm doing it through the lens and the hope that some of the things that you guys are speaking into are some of the things that the students in the student ministry will get to hear and get inspired today and get to hear a little bit about your perspective. And I think it's cool, too, for them because you guys are, like, student age, right? Like, y'all are all in high school. And so, if y'all are good, we can hop into this thing. Yeah, so if y'all are good with it, I want to hop into some questions today. I want to pick your brain and see what you guys like have to say because I think it's cool that you guys are student age and we have students listening to this podcast and you can give some hope to them today and just give us a little insight on what it's like to be an intern here at Brick YTH. So the first thing I was going to ask is, so like, you know, we're in this thing, y'all are getting to do some leadership stuff, y'all are part of our setup team, we're doing huddles, all those kinds of things. How has being in the internship changed the way that you see like leadership?
I think it adds a different level of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think not necessarily like pressure, but like added responsibility to be a light to your peers and things like that, like people in school.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it just that kind of encapsulates you in a different group than say just a normal student coming here. Yeah, they can look to you for help when they need something, or they can kind of look to you as like, what does it mean to be a Christian?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really changed the way I look at leadership. Like, I don't have to like be in charge of people to like be a leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't have to tell people what to do and like how to do things, but you know, during worship I'm up here and I'm having a fun time and I can like lead the room in a way.
Yeah.
And like we're setting up 9 Square and like Rucker Park out there. Like that is helping kids get to something like break down walls and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's good.
I feel like it helps me feel like I have more like of a purpose when I'm part of a group.
Yeah.
And it, like helps out the sting fly. It helps out. Just like, yeah, like just having more of a purpose for it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really
Yeah, something that you touched on, Edward, that I think is cool is one of the phrases we have around here is that you guys are culture carriers, right? And like we're culture carriers, and what that means is we have a culture here at Brick Youth that we're trying to uphold because we think it honors God and we think it creates a place where people can come in and feel welcome. And what you guys are doing every week when you come in as interns is you guys are like the forefront of that culture. Like you guys know the culture, even if you don't have like the words for it, except for you do because you know like core values and stuff. But like you just live that thing out. And so like so much of what leadership is most of the time isn't like I'm gonna get a team of 10 people, I'm gonna tell them all what to do, and they're gonna do it exactly as I said. So much of it is like, okay, I'm in a room and I know how to engage in worship. I feel comfortable engaging worship in this way. I'm going to do that, and I'm gonna actually want to do that. I'm gonna open the door for people behind me to be able to engage in the same way. You know what I'm saying? And or like you guys are saying, like when the sermon's happening and there are people who maybe they just don't get it, they haven't been around here for a while, like whatever, but they're not engaged, they're being goofy, they're kind of like being distracting. Well, I'm going to lock in, I'm going to be in it. Why? Because I'm setting a standard for the rest of the room. And so much of what you guys do every Wednesday is those things, like you are showing up and you are deciding like, I want the room to feel this way. I know how the room is supposed to feel. I know what we're supposed to do. And when we show up and we do this, like we are setting a standard. And I think that's awesome that you guys do that. I think so much of leading is that. It's the like, you know, they say like it's kind of like a cliche, but like the Bible most people are going to read isn't like the Bible. It's like your life or whatever. Like so much of that is leadership. Leadership isn't like so much what you say. So much of it is like what you do. And when you do the things with your actions, you're opening the door for other people, you know.
That's really good.
Did you have something? Oh, okay. I thought you were about to. Okay, cool. I thought you were about to let it rip. I was like, let's go. Cool. What is let's see. Has there been a time since y'all have been here where maybe while you've been an intern, maybe just in the student ministry, where you've had to like step out of your comfort zone to take a next step? And what was that like for y'all?
Definitely, like at the movies when we did Brick Youth at the movies. I didn't like sign up for the energy team or anything like that, and normally I'm not a very energetic person. Like I don't usually play 9 square. I don't usually like do anything outside of just coming to church to go to church. But it was like I kind of got thrown into the energy team, and they were like, "Dude, you have to play 9 square if you're on the energy team. Like, that's a standard is you have to play 9 square." And I was like, "Okay, I played volleyball. I can do this." Yeah. And so I went over there. I played 9 square. It was really fun. I was definitely like, these people are looking at me weird the whole time. And I was like, but it really wasn't anything too far outside my comfort zone. It was just kind of pushing me a little further to be more extroverted and have more fun with people.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Did you spike some kids?
No.
Yeah, no, I
Cherry
get that.
bomb.
That's the best part about 9 square, because all the kids are so short. And I'm taller than everybody.
Yeah. Edward's out here 6'3". Everyone's just so short, man.
Yeah.
Taller than everybody. I can jump higher than most people here. I just get up like. It's
Like
just
when they take
flying.
pictures and like everyone's like there, and then
Yeah.
there's Edward.
Yeah.
There's this one thing for it was a worship night.
Yeah.
And it's from Brick Youth, and you can see everybody's shoulders around me, and
Yeah.
it's just like this.
Bad.
And it's just like,
He's, like, reaching
I remember
for the
you
roof.
talking to me about that. You said, "Bro, why am I in every single video?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, because there's not a place in the auditorium where you can get a photo without you being in it.
Can't not be in the
You're
video,
taller
man.
than everyone else." Yeah, that's awesome, dude. But that's also like that's part of how you can lead people into worship, man. Is like,
Edward walks in the room, it's like a spotlight.
yeah,
Like-
exactly, yeah.
It's like, guys, he's really tall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Did y'all have anything like that? Any moments in the semester when you were a student, anything like that where you felt like you had to step out of your comfort zone to take the next step God's called you to?
Probably honestly how Carter said it, like where he got thrown in the energy team. I felt that's how I felt with getting just put in with tags. And I was like, because like I don't like talking to people. Like I just like stay to myself. And I was like, our intern group is like plenty for me. Like it's fun. But like having to like actually talk to people, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
that was it.
So for me, when I first got here, I didn't have anybody to sit with. I didn't have like nobody here, so like just sitting by myself and still trying to like be active and like being like locked into sermons and worship and stuff. So just like not really caring about what people thought of me.
Yeah, I remember you saying that the other day. We were talking, and you were saying that like you came for a while and you were just by yourself. Like you were just coming by yourself. That's a wild thing to do. Like honestly, like that's like most people won't go. Like some people won't order their food by themselves, and you're coming to it. Yeah, exactly.
I argued with my mom today. She was like, you're gonna be 18 in a month. You got to start making your own doctor's appointments and stuff. And I was like, no, you're doing that. I can't do that. I'm not calling the doctor's office, man. You're making my appointments till I'm out of college. Then I can start being an adult.
Yeah. But like that's what I'm saying. So it was wild that like you were coming to a student ministry. Like, especially our student ministry is full of energy. Like, there are people everywhere, and you're just coming here just sitting by yourself, bro. Like, that is wild that you did that. You sat in it, and I think it's super cool. I think it's super bold. I think it's a cool way to lead. So, it's a cool story.
6 months, I think. It was like
6 months.
It was.
I did it for 3 Wednesdays, and I was scared to death.
When we started back up in December from Christmas break to the end of summer, I was by myself.
That's crazy. How did you meet more people? Like, how did you?
The internship. That's how I know anybody here.
That's cool.
Wow.
But, I mean, that really speaks, like, the long before you believe. Like, I didn't have anybody to sit with, but this place felt so special.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I did belong.
Yeah, that's good.
That's so dope.
That's super good. So, like, now that y'all are, so some of y'all went from students to interns. All of y'all have went from, at some capacity, just being here on a Wednesday, like, filling it out, to being an intern. Is there anything unique, anything you've noticed, anything that surprised you going from just being a student to actually, like, serving in some capacity?
There's a lot of, like, work that you don't see, if I'm being honest. I mean, I learned a little bit about it when I was an intern at a different church. Like, I got to lead, and still, like, we did not, on Wednesdays, put as much effort as Brick Youth does into, like, setting a place where kids can be excited, but they also can experience Jesus in a way that they never have before. And I think seeing all the external work that you don't really see, it gives you a new appreciation for every single Wednesday. And, like, everything is different because, I mean, last week we were supposed to set up Rucker Park, and then we failed miserably at setting it up, and we were like, we're bringing 9 square inside. So it's just little curveballs like that that kind of make, like, serving fun.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Which was my fault because I didn't check to see if we had the things, which I appreciated. Y'all, like, y'all buckled down. Y'all were halfway putting that thing up, and we realized we didn't have all the pieces for it, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, guys, we got to bring it in. And then y'all did. Y'all buckled down and did it.
Even with that, I feel like that was probably the fastest we've ever set up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, y'all killed. I was getting nervous. I came out here and, like, started throwing chairs, like, oh my gosh, like, we got to bring it up. And then, like, no, y'all had it. Y'all crushed that thing. So, yeah, that's super cool.
I never knew how many teams there were. Like, that first, like, the first, like, internship, like, we were sitting right there, got that big old whiteboard, and wrote down every team.
Yeah.
And there was, like, there's like 7 or 8 of them or something like that.
I think there's 7 right now, I believe.
Yeah, I never realized, like, how many teams there are, how many people are in those different teams, and it's just wild to see how much goes in to, like, put this up. Like, Carter was talking about, like, how much work is involved.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually a really cool thing. I didn't think about that.
I think it's eye-opening, too. Like, with as many teams as there are, people enjoy the little roles so much. Like, that was my favorite thing about coming to Brick Youth in the beginning was, like, people opened the door for me. Like, I didn't have to open the door for me and walk, like, for myself and then walk in and sit down by myself. Like, people greeted me and made me feel like family at the door. And so I feel like that's just really important. Like, even the greeting team has such a big role.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because if we don't have the greeting team, we call them the energy team. The host team is kind of part of it too. But, like, it doesn't matter what we do in here. If people don't feel welcome on the way in here, then, like, you're walking into a place where you don't, like, feel like you can belong. You might not even make it to your seat if you walk in and you're like, man, where is everyone? Where do I even go? And so, like, when you walk in and people high five and you're excited that you're here, like, it changes the environment. It's cool. It's like it really is like the way the ministry is built. It's like every part is necessary. It's like all parts of the same body, you know. And, like, we sometimes put so much emphasis on, like, things that are happening on the stage, like when we part of worship, when we preaching, when we all that stuff is cool, and I love all that stuff. But it really is like operations. If people aren't getting tagged, then we actually don't know who anyone is. And, like, if you don't feel known, then guess what? You're not gonna feel loved. You know what I mean? And, like, there's just all those, like, little things like that. And I love that y'all are picking that up, and catching that.
Like you were talking about on the stage, like the stage people can't perform as well if there's not an atmosphere to perform and worship.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have people here then. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, Chris. This question actually might apply to you also because you were a student and now you're a leader here. You're not an intern, but you are a leader here. What is what is there some things that you noticed about the ministry on this side of it, like in serving in it, that you didn't notice as a student?
I think how close the leaders are is something that, like, being on the side of leadership, that I've noticed that, like, if you're a student, you obviously know, like, these students are friends, these people are friends, like, they're in their tribe, this thing and that thing. But, like, even the leaders themselves are, like, hanging out with other leaders and wanting to, like, develop relationships and stuff, I think is, like, the coolest thing that you get to see when you're in the thing. Like, you get to see that the serving develops into relationships along the way. And I find it so cool because I get to be on the energy team, and that's exactly what that is. Like, we're just out here just, like, in that office over there, and we're about to get ready, and we're all just, like, hyping each other up. And, like, I feel like there's something cool to that when you get to be in it on, like, the other side. I think that's something that's just so cool to me to get to be a part of it. Yeah.
And, like, with the energy team, like obviously the students are excited to be here, but how excited just the leaders are to be here for the students. Like, it's like we're all in there in, like, huddles and stuff, like, let's go,
It's wild because, like, you get to see that, like, these kids are so excited every week they get to come here on a Wednesday, and they're like, I'm excited for Wednesday, but that's, like, also for the leaders, too.
Yeah.
Like, these leaders are just like, I'm ready for Wednesday because, like, we get to do things like that.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
so
awesome.
cool.
I imagine the energy team back in the office like a football huddle, like the locker room, like right before the game. They've got music blasting and they're dancing and having fun, and then they just like all rush out the door.
Yeah, Chris leads a lot of the huddles, so pretty much it's kind of like that.
Screaming and stuff.
Cool. I wanted to shift into some questions. We got to touch base on the internship a little bit. What it's been like for y'all. I want to shift a little bit to like some of your personal development. Like, what are some things that you've seen in your personal life from being at the student ministry and being in the internship? And so one of the things I was going to ask was, like, how has it changed the way that you've seen your own potential? Like do you feel like you've seen more gifts in yourself than you did before? If so, like, what are those things? Do you feel like there's more avenues for you than you did before, or has it not changed it at all?
I think in myself personally, I've seen the gift of discernment a lot. Like, I didn't know that I had that. It was at my old internship, it was a lot of stage communication, so I got pretty accustomed to doing that, and it was really fun. And it brought me out of my comfort zone because I'm pretty introverted, but not in the sense of, like, I walk into a room and I'm scared to talk to people, more as I draw my energy from being alone. Yeah. And so when I come into places and I'm on the stage and, like, I'm hyping everybody up in the crowd, I didn't really get to discern a lot of people's, like, in day-to-day conversations. Like, I notice a lot of things that other people don't, and I think it makes me a better leader. Just because I can see on somebody's face that they're maybe hurting or not having a good day, and I can try to liven it up a little bit. Yeah, that's cool.
Repeat it in a different way if y'all they want to answer it. How has been being in Brick Youth changed the way you've seen your potential? Like, have you noticed gifts in yourself? Have you noticed like, I don't know. I'm trying not to lead the witness, so I don't want to be like, have you noticed, and then just say something very specific. But, like, has it changed the way that you see your potential, changed the way you see your future? Has it changed the way, like, any of those things?
It's helped me, like, see the calling God has on my life more. Like, I want to go to ministry now, and
Let's go.
Like, for a long time, it was, I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
So, just, like, here in this place, it made it seem so much easier.
Yeah.
And just, like, because, like, you didn't go to Bible college. Mm-hmm. Taylor didn't go to Bible college. I don't know if Jared or Ryan did.
Yeah.
But every pastor at my old church went to a former Bible college, and school is not my thing.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah.
But so just understand, like, there's different ways to get to that. It doesn't have to be this one path.
Yeah, that's cool.
A 6'8" pilot.
Yeah.
6'8".
The Lakers need a center. They need a center, man.
I'll go out there. I'll catch a loss of Luka.
Oh! Yeah.
This is why Edward was good at basketball, because he just dunked on everyone.
Yeah. Have to make custom planes for him. That's cool, man. What about being in here helped you see that, like, you felt like you were called to ministry? Like, I know you said there were like different avenues. Is it something you wanted to do? You just felt like you couldn't do, or is it something you discovered in yourself from being here?
Just like during church camp, it really like spoke to me. Like seeing like Ryan and Matt on stage.
Yeah.
I just like something about the sermons that whole week just like hit different. And it's like that started calling to me more.
Yeah.
And then I was like praying. It was that last night I was praying and I was like, I've been struggling with like what I want to do with my life. And I was like, God, show me what you want me to do. And then I'm like, you call me for things, you call me for this, and I like lose my train of thought. And I just like start to like talking in, and the first word that pops in my mind is ministry. So it's just like, just weird. Like here is like it's just like where I found that like calling and like.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's super cool to hear. That's dope.
I think being in the ministry actually showed me things that I had that I didn't know I had before. I think for me, there were things that were like unlocked that were locked before, almost kind of like a video game. It's like you got like these powers, you got these things, but you can't get to them yet unless you get into the right space, the right area, I guess you could say like in a video game, like a level. And I think this place unlocked that for me.
Yeah.
I think this place was a pinpoint to where I got to see the things I actually had inside me. The things that were actually there before, but I didn't even know they were there. But I had people like Taylor, I had people like you, I had people all around me like Tyler, which is everyone here building me to be who I get to be.
Yeah.
And I think this ministry is something that like does that. It just unlocks things in people that they didn't know they had before. Gifts, attributes, whatever you want to call them. Like there are things inside you, like if you were listening, that you don't know that you have until you get to take a step into it. And this place led me to where I got to take the steps and unlock some things I didn't even know I had in me, which is wild. So
yeah, that's dope, dude. That's super cool. Mic drop. That's it right there.
When you said level, it reminded me of like Johnny Upgrade on Cool Math. You gotta like wait.
That's awesome.
I thought of Roblox for some reason. Like
Roblox.
I forget like the things where they have like little like the money you have to buy like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea why. I haven't played Roblox in a
Tycoons.
while. Tycoons, yeah. Haven't played
He
Roblox
used to
in a
cry
while.
on
That's what I
this.
thought about.
That's funny.
So, the reason why I asked about the potential question is because I think a lot of times, like when you're in high school, when you're in school in general, I think one of the cool things about being in student ministry is you're really helping students see their potential, and you're kind of helping them navigate like who they are, like what they want to be, like all that stuff. You guys are in high school, and so you're nearing like the tail end of that. I'm sure you feel a little like you're not all seniors, but like a little bit like, oh, when I'm a senior, I gotta get this stuff figured out or whatever, which you don't. But I think it's cool that there's gonna be students that are younger than y'all listening right now. What advice would y'all give them for handling that pressure, maybe some of that anxiety that comes with being just a student in high school trying to figure things out?
Give it to God. I mean, that's the best thing you can do with your anxiety or fear. I don't remember the exact verse, but it says something along the lines of, your burdens are heavy, but my yoke is light.
Yeah.
And you can cast every one of your fears and your anxiety onto God. And, I had a lot of fear and anxiety coming into this senior year, but I feel like everything's just smoothing out and lining out really easily right now.
That's good. What does casting your anxiety look like?
Really just when that fear or doubt starts to creep in, you have to kind of know which thoughts are your thoughts and which thoughts are the enemy. And it takes a lot of discerning yourself and looking really far inside your own heart and your own mind. I think it's in James where it talks about your thoughts are not your own. Yeah. And Johnny Chang likes to use that a lot. Yeah. And it's something that I've taken a lot recently because I get intrusive thoughts all the time. Yeah. And discerning what is from God and what is not is a lot easier than you think. It just takes some practice.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. I know for me, it's like, so I've wrestled with anxiety a lot. And for me, it's a lot of that, like, when the thought comes up, like you're just nervous about something, it can be something that doesn't make any sense. Like used to, for me, it was like, we're going to a restaurant and I wasn't ready to go to a restaurant. Like, I was a little caught off guard, and I'm like, man, like getting nervous, And like for me, it was like one of those things where it's like, I found a verse that seem to help me through that. And like it's like a verse I get made fun of because it's like I talk about it all the time. But it's Romans 8:11, and it says that we know that. No, it doesn't say that. I don't even know my verse. It says that the same power that rose Christ Jesus from the dead lives in me. And so for me, like finding a verse like that, like for you, it was like my thoughts aren't my thoughts. So like those anxious thoughts, like those aren't my thoughts. Like those aren't me. Like those are something else. Like those don't have to define who I am. I think having a verse for you, for me, it's like every time something seems scary, I'm like, bro, the power that rose a dead dude like up from the grave, like that same power. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, more than that. Yeah, throughout the whole Bible, but the one that specifically rose up, Jesus, like that thing lives in me. Like, dude, I can do anything. And so like having to remind myself of that though, because it's not something you get one time. Like my thoughts aren't my thoughts. Like you don't just think that one time and suddenly everything's good. It's like it's this act of constantly like reminding yourself. Like you might say like submitting your flesh to the Spirit is like kind of like a churchy way of saying that. It's like you're like no, that's not how we're thinking about that. That's not how we're doing this thing. Actually, my thoughts aren't my thoughts. The same Spirit that rose Christ Jesus from the dead lives inside of me. And so that's for me. That's kind of been
it can get exhausting sometimes. Like you have sometimes I'll be laying in bed at night and like this fear and anxiety just creeps in and for like logical thinking, anxiety is kind of weird.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You're fearing what hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, potential futures.
A bunch of potential futures. Like say like last night I was like, I had a funeral yesterday, and so I was like, man, I was thinking about like my mom's gonna die tomorrow. I was like, she's perfectly fine. She's perfectly healthy. She's not gonna die tomorrow. But like, fear and anxiety just creeps in, and you have to constantly repeat. For me, I constantly repeat that verse. Like, my thoughts are not my own. These aren't me. And so, it can be exhausting, but sometimes you just have to persevere and have resilience.
That's good, man. That's good. Do y'all have anything? Y'all wrestled with that before, or not anxiety necessarily, but just like kind of like the angst of being in high school and kind of trying to figure things out. Like how have y'all dealt with that?
Like understanding like, as long as I graduate, nothing I do in high school really matters. As long as like I don't do as long as I don't get arrested or something. Like nothing I do in high school other than passing isn't really gonna matter. Like nobody's gonna ask me like what grade I got in my like freshman English class.
Yeah, I got you.
So just like really just like focus on just like getting through school, and then I can figure stuff out when I get older. And
yeah. Oh, so you don't really feel the pressure to like have it figured out before you're graduated? Is that what you're saying? Like some people like feel the pressure like, okay, before my senior year, I gotta know exactly what college I'm going to, like what my next steps are, like all that stuff. And you said you feel like called to ministry recently. Yeah. So like maybe for you were kind of always set on like, well, I'm going to be a pilot, so it's kind of like it'll figure itself out. So maybe that's kind of like a unique thing for you. What was that in between time like though, when you weren't for sure like, do I want to be a pilot or do I want to do ministry? Was that a little anxious for you?
For me, it was the Air Force for a long time. It was like when I was little, it was pilot. Then when I got like middle school, high school-ish, it was like Air Force.
Gotcha.
So like I don't have to worry about what I'm doing in the Air Force.
Yeah,
I
got
just
you.
like I show up and I get told what to do and I do it.
Yeah.
And then ministry really just happened like overnight. And it was just like, all right, this is what I'm doing. Like,
yeah.
But for a while, it was like, is this really what I want to do? Do I really want to spend years of my life listening to some guy?
Yeah.
Just like this guy tells me to go do something, like, yes sir.
Yeah.
And just like go do it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like a little rat in a cage. Like.
Get some crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. What about you, Alex?
That's probably how my mindset is about school, because like I've never been like just good in school, like grade wise. Like how like all my other siblings, my sister and my older brother, their grade just came so naturally to them, and like they never like had a try, and it was just like brought frustration.
Yeah.
Cause like, what are you doing, bruh?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So it's kind of just like don't put too much pressure on the grades. Don't too much pressure on the. It's like you're gonna graduate, and then you figure it out from there.
Because I know my grades, like in the future, like my grades aren't gonna make me go to heaven. Like they aren't gonna define me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they aren't gonna define.
You're not gonna get up there and Jesus is gonna be like, "Did you pass algebra 2?"
Yeah.
No. Go down the stairs, man.
Yeah. Back down them stairs. Yeah, that's wild. That's
get
good.
to heaven, God, like, you had to retake math? You don't belong in heaven. Like,
Bro, you got held back too many times.
A 72 in college algebra? Are you serious?
That's awesome. So I was gonna maybe close this thing out with a question. I know I've gotten to see God move in. I said with a question. Wait, I've been asking questions the whole time. I know I've gotten to see God move in my life in a lot of different ways, and I've gotten to see God move in this room on Wednesdays in a lot of different ways. And maybe it doesn't have to be necessarily something that happened on a Wednesday, or even something that happened during the semester, or even something that happened when you were a student. But what's a way that you've gotten to see God move in your life, like in a way you didn't expect?
I've got 2 examples. I've got one recently and then one like 4 years ago.
Cool.
Well, I went to a church camp 4 years ago called YFN, and it was, I think, my second time going with, I think Jake's been on the podcast before, hasn't he? Yeah. Jake and Alexis when I was in their youth group. And I didn't really know, like, I was one of those kids, like, you were talking about, like, freshman year, I was like, I need to know where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And so I was, like, the weird freshman that was trying to figure out what college I was going to go to, and I was set on Cornell, and I was like, I'm going to go to Cornell. And then I failed Algebra 2, and I was like, I'm never going to Cornell. But I was really worried about what my future was going to look like, and during worship on, I think, night 3 of YFN, some dude named DJ came up to me, and he said, dude, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing, like, in the future, but I do know that God has a future for you. And he said that there was, like, a spotlight on me, like, all night, and he's just looking at me. And he said, I'm going to go pray for that kid. And so he started praying for me, and the repeating theme was ministry. And I was like, ministry? I got to go to Cornell. So I was like, it was really weird to see the steps in line in that way. And then I had another person on night 4 come up to me. I don't remember her name, but she came up to me and called me out by name. I had never met this girl before. She said, hey, Carter. And I was like, do I know you? And she came over and prayed for me, and she repeated the same things, like, you're going to lead so many people to Christ, and you're going to do all these great things for Jesus. And it kind of put a lot of pressure on me to be perfect at that time. So the last, like, 3 years I spent trying to lead people to Jesus and trying to be perfect. And it was a lot of teaching before I knew. And so I feel like I kind of led people astray, but a lot of it was just not really peer pressure, but pressure from myself. Like, I have this calling, I have to go walk it out right now. Yeah. And sometimes you don't have to walk your calling out right now. Sometimes it's calling you to a different stage in your life. And so recently I just had my uncle pass away, and so a lot of, like, doubt and, like, if he went to heaven or not, or, like, 'cause I was going to pray for him when I got there. Like, I was going to pray with him. I was going to make sure that my Uncle Dennis got to heaven. And there was a lot of fear because I got there, and he was on hospice for a long time. So I got there, and he was, like, he couldn't talk at all. He was just, that was the night he passed away. But I was there, and I was like, I didn't get time to pray for him. I didn't get time to pray with him. He's going to hell because I didn't walk out what God called me to do. And so there was a lot of fear and a lot of, like, almost shame. Like, I didn't walk out what I had to walk out in this moment. And I was at the funeral yesterday, and I was praying, and I was like, man, I don't want to go to this. Like, I was really tempted to just stay home and not go to the funeral. And so I get there, and my dad was leading the funeral, so that was the reason my mom, like, kind of forced me to go. Like, you have to go because your dad is officiating.
Yeah.
And so I get there, and all that worry was still just pent up. Like, he didn't go to heaven. My Aunt Mary's not going to get to see him, and it's my fault. And my dad said, because he hadn't told me this, he said during his speech that 4 days before he passed away, he got to pray with him and made sure that he gave his life to Jesus before he passed away.
That's cool.
And it was just so much, like, stress just fell off of me. Yeah. And as weird as it sounds, I felt the presence of God in a funeral home.
Yeah, that doesn't sound weird. Yeah.
It was really, it was uplifting in a time where I really needed uplifting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, bro.
Yeah.
I do want to say a few things to that. One, Scripture says that the word never returns void. So I think what that means is, like, I think, man, if you're out there trying to get the word to people, if you're out there, like, trying to get Jesus to people, and your heart is that you want people to win and you love people, I don't think you're gonna lead people astray. So I don't want you to carry the weight of being like first off, man, like you're 18, and I don't mean that as like I'm not undermining you or your call. I think people who are younger are the people who are gonna like change the world, like change the city. Like, I truly believe that the reason that it's a privilege to lead the next generation is because the way we're going to see the city change is this next generation is going to come up and they're going to make a difference. So like, I'm not saying that to undermine anything, but what I am saying is like, don't put the pressure on yourself to feel like eternities are on your shoulder. Like, even as someone who gets to, you know, be a part of leading ministries and stuff like that, like, yes, I'm going to do everything that I'm called to, everything that I know that I'm called to do to lead people. I'm going to have the conversations I know to have. I'm going to try my best when I come up here to not be a heretic, right? but I mean, I've only gotten to preach for the last 2 years. I haven't even gotten to preach that much. And I know I've said things that are probably biblically inaccurate. I know that I've come up here and I've said things that I would turn around and say differently. I know that I've said things that probably left people like in the dark. I know recently I told someone, I preached on Sunday for the first time, and someone came up and they were like, yeah, man, so do you always lie about like complimenting people's shoes and stuff? And I was like, wait, what? And they were like, well, the way you told the story, I thought you were saying that like you don't mean it when you compliment people. And I was like, no, I didn't mean it when I told the story, and I realized like I said something from the stage that probably got misinterpreted by like hundreds of people that day. And I don't think in that moment God was like, hey man, like can't believe you messed up like that. I think it's like, man, you went out, you tried your best, you shot your shot, and I think God comes back and he honors that thing. So don't feel the weight of eternities or people you think you led astray. Like, yeah, I just wouldn't feel that. And same way with like your uncle, man. Like that's not on you. I know you love your uncle. I know you want to see him in heaven, but like, I think it's awesome you're walking the call of God out on your life. I think it's awesome you take next steps and God calls you to, but also know that like we carry this much of it and God carries the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? And like, just with those anxious thoughts, I feel that sometimes your mind will flip those things and be like, I carry 90% of it and God carries the 10%. It's like, no, he carries the 90% and I get the privilege to carry the 10%. And even when I mess it up, he still bumps me, you know, and helps me out. So anyways, I just want you to carry that. But I appreciate you sharing that story, man. That's cool. God showed up for you in that way. And like, I don't think it's weird that his presence was there either. Like, God's presence, I think, can be anywhere. And, like, I felt him in, like, the weirdest places, man, like bathrooms. So.
Care to share? That sounds awesome.
Maybe in a different podcast. Yeah. But, yeah.
Brick Youth After Dark.
Brick Youth After Dark, yeah. Peyton. It's not really, like, a bad story. I just mean, like, there have been moments where I've, like, been some weird places. And, like, I'm, like, praying. Yeah. And like God's peaceful rest in weird places. So yeah, man, that's awesome. Do you have anything you feel like God's worked in an unexpected way? It can be a small thing, big thing, anything like that.
Me? So I just started driving. And so my mom's house is in Muskogee and my dad's house is in Fort Gibson. And I was driving to my dad's house and the bridge was packed. Like it was like back towards like the Brahms almost. Like it was wild. So I know you can go to OK and go through there. But I had no idea how to get there. So I like stopped like 5 times on the way over there to like make sure I was going the right way. And I get into town, I get into Fort Gibson, and there's like 2 ambulances, they're like a fire truck or something, and I'm just stressed out. Like I'm freaking out. I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. I just want to get home and just lay down for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
Stress naps.
I just I pause on music. I turned on Forrest Frank. I think it was I'm pretty sure. But I praying God just help me get home. And like I felt like so much like anxiety and like stress built up in me. And then like I'm just driving on the road and I just feel like gone. Like,
That's
it's just
awesome.
like just felt so calm in that moment.
Yeah.
Because like driving is like fun to me. Like it's never been, other than that, like it's never been anxious, it's never been stressful.
Yeah.
But I just felt so calm and just like so much peace.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
Incredible.
Man. Yeah, I think God leads by his peace a lot of times, you know. I think like there's been a lot of times in life whenever I'm not for sure what the next step is and I don't get like a audible voice from God like your next step is to go to Brahms, you know, or anything like that. But like I think a lot of times it's like when I have big decisions and I'm weighing out the options, like which one do I have peace on, you know? And Chris loves driving also. It's like one of his favorite things to do.
It's my favorite thing in the world. No, I really hate driving. It is like one of my biggest passions of hate. is just that. I really don't hate like anything, but driving is like,
Up there.
bro, is awful. Me and him have like we've had moments where we're driving and I'm like, Preston, do I go right now? Do I go left? I'm 19, by the way, which is wild. And he's like, yeah, bro, you can go. And I'm like, driving's not my thing, so I get that for sure.
That's awesome.
Honestly, probably like in here when we do our fourth worship song, and it's like when people come up to get prayed for.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where like you can see like a lot of like strongholds breaking and like people like venturing out and following Christ more, and just like wanting to like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna go up there and get prayed for, because like a lot of people are like scared and they're like, I'm not gonna do that. Like I don't want my friends to get making fun of me, but I feel like that is something.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. Chris, you got anything?
I think one of the coolest things about God is that, as we were talking, like the things that we don't know, I think it's so special because I think Jesus loves when we're in those moments because it's like a mystery in it, and the faith itself is like a mystery. And I think oftentimes when I find myself in those moments, it's like God has like an area in space where I'm giving him like a demand, like I need you to help me with this thing. And next thing you know, by the end of it, like it's already given, it's already taken care of. I know lately, like for me, a verse I've been on is Matthew 6, verse 34, and it says, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. And so, like, I just been like, oh, okay, I ain't got to worry about tomorrow. Today's got enough trouble of its own. I'm going to go full on with that. And so living in the moment has been my thing, knowing that he's going to carry it out for me, knowing that I'm dancing through the mystery with him is something that I think, as we were talking about, like, peace with it is something I've been finding a lot of comfort in. So I think it's something in that.
That's good, man. That's good. Okay, cool. I said I got one more question. I got one more question for y'all. Because I think it's a fun question to end on. What's a funny experience? What's a super fun experience you've had since being in Brick Youth and being an intern?
The first year we did this, we were moving stuff from back there into the storage unit over there, and we all got in the back of the U-Haul and just drove. Like you were driving, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, we have to tell people that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You were driving.
Somebody was driving.
Yeah.
Anonymous person. This homeless guy was driving.
And I remember these guys like drove by us because they're like coming from Homeland or something, and they're like, I promise we're not smuggling people. We're not. And then like it's the shortest drive ever.
Yeah.
But it was so bumpy.
Yeah.
And it felt like it took like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm literally closing the door on y'all, and those guys just stops. Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm not like we're not moving these kids. Like, it's like they volunteered to be here.
Ask?
Like, this is not.
Did he ask what was going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was like, what are y'all doing? Like, he just seemed just
What
concerned.
are you guys doing?
But they made it
Y'all
safe.
end up on a milk carton.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. So after that one time. So, yeah.
Mine's probably a funny moment is, so Edward likes to do this fist bump thing, and he'll be like, oh, snail. And he did it to Lindley, and then he was like, oh, let me do it. And then this Lily, what Lindley did. And she like started shaking her hand like she's like having a seizure, and we were like, what the heck? And she's like, I did snail, what are you talking about? And we're like, no, that's not what it is.
It's
And
a
like we all just
jellyfish.
like, all started cracking up. It was really funny.
That's awesome.
They like to make fun of me a lot. Cause
You're like really
So-
tall, like.
So it was one of the first few times we were like, and we were at the doors, and I like give somebody a high five, and I'm taller than most people that come here,
Yeah.
so I stuck my hand up over here,
Yeah.
and it's a normal height to stick my hand up because
Yeah.
I'm taller. It seems so high,
Right.
So now
Reaching for the earth,
anytime I
like-
see one of them, they're like, hey,
Yeah. You're sticking up 9 feet in the air. Like,
Yeah, like, I can't reach the stars, sorry.
yeah. Sorry, bro. Yeah, that's awesome.
I think my funny moment was during church camp. I got put on a team of a lot of middle schoolers, and then my buddy Caleb, and we were playing against Edward's team, which was Mission Street, and that was you were military.
military.
You were mission, and we finally get Edward because he's just tall. He covers a lot of ground. I mean, you can't really do much against a 6'8" guy, you know. But we finally caught him, and Caleb runs over to me, and he's like going for a chest bump, like he's jumping real high up into the air, and I freaked out and I panicked, like in the moment, like because I didn't jump.
Yeah.
I was just looking at him like, what is he doing? He's just sprinting at me, and so he jumps up in the air, And I'm like, he's going to go over top of me. like, in the moment, he's going to go over top of me. So I grab Caleb, and I catch him, and he's just on my shoulders. And I wish we would have got that on video because Edward falls to the ground. And then Caleb takes off back toward me and jumps into the air like a flying squirrel. And I catch him, and he's like, "This is not what we were supposed to do." I was like, "You didn't run me through the play." So
like that, like you're talking about that. It was a capture flag. It was me and 3 of your guys, and I got past like both 2 of your guys, and it's just me and one of the kid. He gets me. I throw both of the flags down because I had them, and I just I hit my knees and I hit the ground. Oh, I didn't want my mic up.
You can repeat it. They can cut it in.
Yeah, you're good.
But I throw the flags down, and I hit my knees and I hit the ground, and then Colby runs up to me and he's like, no, you gotta get up, because I was the only high schooler on my tribe. So I had to carry my tribe.
That's awesome.
We then went on to lose to Military Boulevard.
Yeah.
And capture the flag.
Yeah, and all of us lost to Denver. We got cooked. It was bad.
Denver. I wish he was here to talk about it. Miles.
Me too.
Him and his team were stacked.
Yeah,
They were killing.
yeah, they killed it.
I felt like Braun in 2018. Just carrying my team all the way, get smoked. I got back problems because of it.
So
6'8", 320, 3.5, 40-yard dash,
Yeah.
85 introvert.
Yeah, that's wild.
And this guy wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
All right, I think this is a great spot to stop this thing. I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming up here. Thank you, interns. Y'all guys killed it. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so excited to see what God is going to do this next semester as we start back into youth. I think there's going to be some cool things happening. I'm super, super excited for you guys. I want to say thank you to Preston, because this
Absolutely,
is just
bro.
a fun time. It's
Thanks for
always a
having
fun time out here at No Walls. And so we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for showing up on here. We just want to say, give this thing a like, give this thing a subscribe. We really want to know what you're doing, so leave it something in the comments. Tell us how much you like this episode. Tell us something that you're excited for after the summer's over. We want to know, but we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We love you, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.